Oh, hey folks, just try to make this a little more of a Zen-like experience here. Hopefully this will stay lit this time. Okay, welcome to another episode of the Vinyl Survivor. This is where we talk about new to me albums, new things I've listened to from the inbox down there, and talking about them, what I thought of them, deciding whether I want to keep them in the collection or not. They didn't do anything for me. So speaking of Zen here, start off with the first thing here we have. This is another album from Robert Plant. I know we've been talking about a couple of these recently. This is his album from 1988 titled Now in Zen. Definitely him moving a little more back towards his roots from Led Zeppelin, as far as a little more blues rocky. It still definitely has a very much of an 80s sound to it. You'd have those gated sort of 80s drums to it. There's still some electronic things going on, but a little bit less, definitely less than the previous one, Shaken and Stirred. But yeah, I really like this a lot. It has the big hit on here was Tall Cool One, which is, it's another one where I didn't even realize that was Robert Plant, as it doesn't sound like Led Zeppelin. It sounds like, something completely different. But yeah, I really enjoyed this, particularly the last three tracks, starting with Ship of Fools. Ship of Fools is very cool, sort of more mellow ballad, I guess, kind of sound to it, and then it goes into Why, which is a very synthy, poppy sort of song, which I really liked, and then the closing is White, Clean, and Neat, which just has this sort of 80s rock vibe to it. That's really cool. So I definitely like the end of the second side on this. Insert is kind of cool. Some lyrics and photos on it. And the vinyl itself is on this his own Esperanza label again. And we got 1A and 1B stampers, so maybe it's an original one, first pressing, but anyway, first one up, Robert Plant, Now in Zen. This one is going to be going in the collection. Like I said, I really like it. I really enjoy his 80s work. I wouldn't say I'm a Led Zeppelin fan, but I like Led Zeppelin. I have a lot of Zeppelin in my collection, and I really enjoy his Robert Plant's 80s work. So this one's going in the collection. And I don't remember exactly where I got this. This is another, a dollar bin or a thrift store somewhere. So it's $1 or less, as most things I buy are. It's a really nice clean copy of that. Doesn't want to stay lit here. So much for making it Zen-like in here. Okay, next up on the chopping block is a compilation. This is the Edgar Winter collection, Rhino Records, from 1989. And yeah, this is just a collection of Edgar Winter stuff. I mean, you got Free Ride on here, of course, and you got Frankenstein on here, of course. Those were the only two ones I really knew of Edgar Winter's. But yeah, I didn't really enjoy this that much. I thought I would like Edgar Winter more, and just didn't get much from this. A discography and liner notes on this side. And then on the other side, sort of a biography, Edgar Winter group. And then there is the Rhino label. I hadn't seen a Rhino vinyl label before, so that was interesting. Yeah, there's this nice used sticker on there. I hate when people put stickers on the labels. You won't get that off of the label without ruining it. So that's annoying, but anyway, this is not going to be making it in the collection. Like I said, it just didn't really do much for me. I didn't really know much about Edgar Winter Group before this, and wasn't that interesting to me. So this is not going to be going in the collection. Maybe Edgar Winter is something I would enjoy better as actual albums rather than a compilation. As I said, I only really knew 2 of these songs to begin with, so this was just sort of a mixture of songs, a mixture of tracks that I didn't really know. The incense has gone out again, so I give up on that. We're just going to continue on here. Next thing we got here is a classic album from classic rock. This is Steve Miller Band's "Fly Like an Eagle" from '76. Is it? Yes, '76. And of course, this has "Fly Like an Eagle" on it. "Take the Money and Run." Mercury Blues. Definitely a classic sort of blues rock, 70s blues rock album. This copy's a little rough. I probably should find an upgrade to it. But the vinyl is nice in here. Cool orangish capital label. Well, it's more yellowish on that side, and then you get sort of an orangish red on this side. And it's apparently this was Belinda Best Gardens Records, but I have your record now, Belinda. But yeah, this is like I said, this is a classic 70s rock album. Very, very common, very popular. It's hard not to like this. I definitely enjoy it a lot. We got Ken Dunn stamped in the dead wax. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to show it, but let's see here. You can just sort of see it there. Should get a light or something to make those show up better. But let's find out what Ken Dunn is. I didn't do some research beforehand to figure out what that is, so let's figure out what that is. Okay, I'm not having too much luck bringing up the information on this. It's either Ken Dunn mastering or Kent Duncan. So I don't really know. I have to do some more work on that. But yeah, this is a classic. This is going in the collection. As I said, I need to find an upgrade copy to it, but it's a great album. And all right, moving on, we have a jazz fusion album here from 1983. This is Spyro Gyra's "City Kids," and it's some really good mid 80s jazz fusion. It's very good stuff. I do enjoy this. It gets a little. There's a lot of marimba in here at times. It gets a little annoying. I still have problems with marimba, I guess, but otherwise, really good. A lot of synthesizers, a lot of nice guitar riffs in here, and just really enjoyable, upbeat kind of music. And yeah, thoroughly enjoyed this. And this is on MCA Records. Rainbow label, and there is a master disc RL in the dead wax, so that's Bob Ludwig at master disc did the mastering, and there is an EDP with an oval around it, so that's Europa Disc Pressing out of New York as well, that did the pressing. So yeah, that's Spyro Gyra, City Kids, cool mid 80s jazz fusion stuff, really upbeat, really good Sunday morning kind of music. And this one is going in the collection. Okay, and the last thing we have here is a folk album from Erik Anderson. This is About Changes and Things, his second album in 1966. And yeah, I'm not able to talk about this very much. I didn't really even listen to the whole thing. The condition on this is very poor. I was kind of worried when I bought it. I remember buying this at the library sale. I don't remember how much I paid for it. It was maybe a quarter or 50 cents. It was very cheap, but yeah, I was just unable to continue on with this. I maybe made it through the first few tracks. But yeah, it's just I've enjoyed Erik Anderson albums in the past. Just sort of a singer, songwriter, folky kind of guy. He's really good, I think, and I was hoping this would be something that would play, but pretty well damaged. It's on the gold Vanguard label there, stereo. It's got 1A and 2A stampers, so this is probably a first pressing. But yeah, it just had really bad groove noise to it, and it looks decent, but just unfortunately some really bad groove noise, so I wasn't wasn't willing to stick it out and try to deal with that and listen to this. I'll just keep an eye out for this. Maybe it'll come around again. So that was another episode of the Vinyl Survivor. Let's see. I guess 3 made it and 2 didn't. Pretty sort of average showing here, but some interesting things, and I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you're doing well, and we'll see you again real soon. Cheers.